Welcome back to Horoscope TV.
It is so great to be here.
You know, imagine waking up this week, looking at your bank account, looking at your relationship, and looking at your career, and just realizing the universe is forcing you to rebuild all of them from the ground up.
Yeah, that is a huge wake-up call.
Right. But that is exactly what the astrological charts are demanding of you, our wonderful Pisces listeners, between May 25 and May 31st, 2026.
It really is.
You are going to want to listen to every single minute of this forecast because, honestly, this week is a massive turning point.
Absolutely massive.
It holds this wild blend of beautiful, dreamy romance and absolute career triumphs, but it also brings some really intense reality checks that require careful navigation.
Yeah, you have to be ready for it.
Exactly. So stick around to find out how to protect your energy, rebuild your foundation, and win the week.
Okay, let's unpack this. When we look at the astrological charts right now, what is the actual foundation setting the stage for Pisces? Well, the foundation right now is incredibly powerful, and it is all about seeking your ultimate purpose while forcing you to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground.
Right, which is always hard for a water sign.
Totally. When I analyze the charts for this week, the biggest, heaviest thing happening in the background is the true node moving through the sign of Pisces.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is the engine driving literally everything else we are going to talk about today.
Okay, wait. I have to stop you right there because, people hear true node and they naturally think it is a planet or a star or something.
Right, like a rock in space.
Exactly. But it is not a physical object, right?
No, not at all.
So if it is not a planet, how can it actually do anything to a person's life? Like, how does a non-physical thing pull on our energy?
That is a fantastic question. And honestly, it is the key to understanding how astrology actually works.
Right.
You are totally right. The true node is not a rock floating in space. It is a mathematical point.
Okay.
So think about the path the Earth takes as it orbits the sun. Now think about the path the moon takes as it orbits the Earth.
Right. Two different circles.
Exactly. But those two paths are not perfectly flat. They cross over each other at two specific invisible points.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And the north pointing one, that is the true node, this invisible crossing point is actually where eclipses happen.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So while it is not a physical rock, it is a highly charged intersection of gravity and light.
Right. That makes sense.
And in astrology, this intersection acts like a massive magnet for your soul. It pulls you toward the exact lessons you are supposed to learn in this lifetime.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. It is an intersection of paths.
Exactly.
So because this highly charged intersection is currently sitting in the sign of Pisces, every single Pisces listening right now is standing right on that crossing point.
Yes, right in the center of it.
They are feeling that magnetic pull toward their true destiny.
Exactly. You are feeling a pull to find out why you are really here.
Right.
You might feel restless, like you are, I don't know, shedding an old skin.
Yeah, totally.
But here is the danger. And this is the reason our theme is keeping your feet on the ground.
Okay, what's the danger?
When a water sign like Pisces is pulled towards something big and spiritual, you tend to float away.
Oh, yeah, like a balloon.
Exactly. You can get so lost in the beautiful dream of your destiny that you forget to pay your electric bill or take out the trash.
Right, the real world.
The physical world just starts to slip away.
That is the eternal struggle for Pisces.
Hmm.
Seeking the meaning of the universe, but ignoring the laundry.
Huh, exactly. Laundry is very grounding.
It really is. But before we even get into the career triumphs or the money lessons later in the week, we need to talk about the energetic weather rolling in.
Yes, the daily weather.
Because we are starting this week with two massive, very different waves of energy, right?
We really are. Let's look at the very beginning of the week, May 25.
Okay.
When I analyze the astro data for this day, I see that the sun forms a sextile with Neptune.
Okay, Neptune.
Right. Now, Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces. It governs your dreams, your deep imagination, and your spiritual connections.
Okay, I know a sextile is a 60-degree angle between two planets.
Correct.
But, why does a 60-degree angle matter? What is the actual thing making that a good aspect?
What's fascinating here is the geometry of it.
Okay.
A 60-degree angle in a circle creates a natural flow of energy.
Oh, nice.
The planets are not blocking each other, and they are not pushing each other too hard.
Thus they're friendly.
Exactly. Think of it like two musicians sitting on a stage. They are far enough apart to play their own instruments, but close enough to hear each other perfectly and harmonize.
Oh, I love that picture.
Right, because Neptune is your ruling planet, Pisces. When the sun harmonizes with it like this, it takes all of Neptune's dreamy, imaginative power and shines a warm, bright light on it.
Beautiful.
It expands your imagination and makes you feel deeply, beautifully connected to your family and your roots.
It sounds like a feeling of total safety, like wrapping yourself in a warm, nostalgic blanket.
Yes, a warm blanket is the perfect way to describe it.
But, I have to push back a little here.
Okay, go ahead.
Harmony can be a trap sometimes.
Right. Oh, completely.
If those two musicians are just playing soft, sweet lullabies, you might just fall asleep on the stage.
That is the big risk.
That warm, nostalgic feeling is great for spiritual healing or meditating near a body of water, which is totally what Pisces should do on May 25, by the way.
Highly recommend that.
But it also makes you drop your guard, doesn't it?
You hit the nail on the head. It makes you drop your guard completely.
Right.
You feel so safe and so connected to the universe that you think nothing can go wrong.
You put on rose-colored glasses.
And that is a very dangerous state to be in, because the astrological weather changes violently the very next day.
It is a total bait and switch.
It really is.
You wake up on May 25 feeling like you are floating in a warm bath, and then you wake up on May 26 and the charts show a massive storm.
A huge storm.
Yeah, the charts for May 26 show a Mars square Pluto aspect. Let's break down how this storm works.
Okay, so Mars is the planet of raw action, heat, and aggression.
Right, fire and energy.
And Pluto is the planet of deep hidden power, control, and absolute transformation.
Okay.
When they form a square, they are sitting at a hard 90-degree angle from each other in the sky.
And a 90-degree angle is a sharp corner. There is no flow there.
None at all.
I look at a 90-degree angle like two tectonic plates under the earth.
Oh, that is a great visual.
Right? They are not flowing past each other. They are pushing directly into each other. They lock together. The pressure builds and builds invisibly. And finally, they snap and cause an earthquake.
That tectonic plate analogy is exactly how this energy functions.
Wow.
Mars wants to move fast, and Pluto wants to control everything from the shadows.
So they fight.
When they grind against each other at that hard 90-degree angle, it releases intense, aggressive friction into the air around you.
Ugh, you could just feel that tension.
You will feel it the moment you step outside on May 26. People around you will be angry for no obvious reason.
It's cranky.
They will be looking for a fight to release that built-up tectonic pressure.
And for a highly sensitive Pisces, this is devastating.
It is the worst.
Pisces, you are a water sign. Water absorbs whatever's put into it.
Exactly.
If you drop a tiny drop of food coloring into a glass of water, the whole glass changes color.
Yep.
If you walk into a room full of aggressive grinding energy on May 26, your body physically absorbs that tension. It will drain your physical strength in minutes.
It will completely exhaust you. Your body has to work overtime to filter out that toxic energy.
That's what they do.
So the actionable advice here is strict do not engage.
Just step away.
Do not try to heal angry strangers on the internet.
Right.
Do not get involved in neighborhood drama. Do not honk back at the person who cuts you off in traffic.
Yeah, let it go.
Your goal on May 26 is to build a fortress. Stay home if you can. Lock the door, pull the curtains closed, and keep the chaotic outside world away from your sensitive energy.
Okay, I understand hiding from angry strangers on the internet or road rage. That totally makes sense.
Right.
But, what about the people in our actual lives?
Well,
We cannot just lock our partners or our friends out of the house.
that's true.
So if the world feels like a grinding earthquake on May 26, how does a highly sensitive Pisces know who is safe to let into their personal space? Who is going to bring that toxic energy right through the front door?
That is a crucial point, and it perfectly transitions us into the relationship dynamics for this week.
Okay, good.
Because the charts show very clearly what kind of energy will drain you and what kind of energy will protect you like a brick wall.
Oh, I want a brick wall.
We all do this week. When I look at the astro data, I have to issue a very clear warning.
Okay, let's hear it.
The energy of Gemini is the absolute worst possible match for you this week, Pisces.
Gemini. The twins. I really want to understand the why behind this. Why is Gemini energy so toxic for Pisces right now?
It comes down to a fundamental clash of how you process the world.
Okay.
On May 25, the sun is in Gemini, and that sun forms a hard 90-degree square with the true node in Pisces.
Oh, remember the true node, the intersection pulling you toward your deep, soul-level purpose.
Yes, the heavy spiritual destiny.
Right.
Well, Gemini is a mutable air sign. Air signs process the world through thoughts, chatting, and gathering information.
Very fast and breezy.
Exactly. They want to skim the surface of 100 different topics in 10 minutes.
So wow.
When that scattered air energy hits the deep, heavy water of your true node, it creates a massive conflict.
That sounds super uncomfortable.
But it gets much more difficult. On the exact same day, Mercury, the planet that rules Gemini and controls communication, sits directly opposite Lilith in the sky.
Oppositions are tough. Well, let's explain Lilith for our listeners. Lilith is not a planet either, right?
Correct. Just like the true node, Lilith is a mathematical point. Specifically, it is the point in the moon's orbit where it is furthest away from the Earth.
Way out in the dark.
Because it is the furthest point, the darkest point, it represents the wild, untamed, rebellious, and sometimes chaotic parts of human nature.
The parts we keep hidden.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me put this together. You have Mercury, which is all about talking, texting, and communication.
Right.
Sitting as far away as possible from Lilith, staring right at that chaotic, wild shadow energy.
Yes.
What does that actually produce in the real world? Like, what does a Pisces actually hear?
It produces vicious gossip.
Oh, yuck.
It produces harsh, unfiltered words. It creates chaotic, messy communication where people speak without thinking about the damage they're doing.
Wow. That is the exact opposite of what Pisces needs.
Completely.
Pisces, if you need a quiet, calm library to recharge your emotional batteries this week, Gemini energy right now is like someone bringing a loud, frantic radio into that library.
No, that is the perfect image.
Right. The radio keeps changing stations, blasting static, playing angry talk shows, and the person holding it wants you to listen to all of it.
Yes.
They want superficial chatting, which will completely scatter your focus and will leave you feeling incredibly lonely and mentally drained.
The loud radio in the quiet library is the exact dynamic.
It's just too much noise.
Gemini energy simply cannot sit still and dive into the deep emotional waters with you this week.
Right.
They will pull you out of your safe zone, drag you into their whirlwind of gossip and scattered thoughts, and your delicate nervous system will completely shut down.
So just avoid it.
You must keep your distance from Gemini energy this week, especially around May 25 and 26.
Message received. Turn off the frantic radio.
Definitely.
So, if Gemini is the chaotic wind scattering the water, who is the container? Who is the safe harbor for Pisces this week?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, we see that the energy of Taurus is the ultimate grounding force for you right now.
Taurus,
Yeah.
a fixed earth sign. Earth and water, the classic combination. But why Taurus specifically this week? What does the astro data show?
The charts show that Mars, that fiery planet of action we talked about earlier, is currently moving through Taurus.
Oh, okay.
When Mars is in a fire sign, it is like an explosion. But when Mars is in a fixed earth sign like Taurus, it behaves very differently.
Yes.
It becomes slow, steady, unstoppable power. Think of a massive bulldozer. It moves slowly, but it can push a mountain.
Oh, I see where this is going. When that violent Mars and Pluto earthquake hits on May 26,
Right.
when the whole world is full of aggressive energy, Taurus is the bulldozer sitting in your front yard.
Precisely. A Taurus person or someone with heavy Taurus energy in your life will stand like a thick brick wall between you and the outside chaos.
That sounds incredibly comforting.
They are not easily moved by angry people. When the outside world gets loud, Taurus will simply step in front of you and take the hit.
Wow.
They provide a calm, solid physical presence that makes a sensitive Pisces feel entirely safe.
I really love the way this pairing works.
It's beautiful.
You know, water needs a container.
Yeah.
If you pour water on a flat table, it just spreads out and makes a mess. It loses its shape.
Yeah, it goes everywhere.
But if you pour water into a heavy clay bowl made of earth, it holds its shape perfectly.
Exactly.
Pisces has all these beautiful, dreamy, artistic visions right now, driven by that true node. But Pisces struggles to make them real.
They really do.
Taurus acts as the clay bowl. They help turn your watery dreams into tangible reality.
Yes.
They remind you to eat dinner. They remind you to drink water. They handle the physical world so you can safely explore the spiritual one.
That is the perfect way to look at it. Taurus is the riverbed that gives the river its direction.
I love that.
Lean heavily on that earth energy this week. Let them handle the practical details while you protect your peace.
Okay, so we have established our safe harbor. We know to lean on Taurus and walk away from Gemini.
Right.
But we have to move into the second half of the week, and this is where things get very real for Pisces.
Very real.
We are looking at how you handle your heart and your wallet as a very strict planetary movement approaches on May 29.
Yes, May 29 is the pivot point of the entire week.
Okay.
But to understand why May 29 hits so hard, we actually have to remember the trap we talked about on May 25.
Ah, the trap of optimism. The
Exact.
sun and Neptune forming that harmonious angle, the warm bath feeling.
Yes.
We established that Neptune brings beautiful dreams, but its shadow side is illusion. It is the fog that hides the cliff.
Exactly. Neptune smooths out the rough edges so you do not see the danger.
Wow.
When it comes to money, this makes Pisces wildly, dangerously optimistic.
Oh.
You might see an investment or a new business idea or a contract and think, this is my golden ticket.
And just jump in blindly.
You ignore all the red flags because the Neptune energy makes it look shiny and perfect.
And considering the grinding tectonic friction happening on May 26, the absolute worst thing you could do is make a major life decision while you are wearing rose-colored glasses in the middle of an earthquake.
That is why the astro data gives us a very clear, undeniable warning.
Okay, listen up, Pisces.
Pisces, do not sign any legally binding financial contracts early in the week.
None at all.
Read them, look at them, but do not put your name in ink.
Right.
The energy is far too unstable and your vision is compromised by Neptune's fog. You need to wait for the fog to clear.
And let me guess the fog clears later in the week.
Yes. And the universe is going to clear that fog with a massive gust of cold wind on May 29.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, it really does.
On May 29, the charts show a transit called Venus square Saturn. We are back to that 90-degree clashing angle again.
Back to the sharp corner.
Let's analyze exactly how this heavy transit functions.
Let's look at the players. Venus is the planet that rules what we value and desire.
Right.
It rules our money, our romantic relationships, our sense of beauty and comfort.
All the fun stuff.
Exactly. Now, Saturn is the heavy taskmaster of the zodiac.
Oh boy.
Saturn is the planet of gravity, rules, restrictions, limits, and hard reality.
You know, I am going to be honest. I hear Saturn and I immediately panic.
Most people do.
Saturn is always described as the bad guy who takes our fun away. Why do we have to deal with this cold, restrictive energy?
It is so common to fear Saturn, but we have to reframe how we look at restriction.
Okay.
Think about your water analogy again. A river flowing freely is beautiful,
Right.
but if you want that river to generate electricity, to actually create power to light up a city, you have to build a concrete dam.
Oh.
You have to restrict the water. The restriction creates immense pressure, and that pressure spins the turbines.
Wow, that makes sense.
Saturn is the concrete dam. It limits you so that you can build actual lasting power.
That is a total perspective shift. Saturn is not just trying to make us miserable. It is trying to force us to build a structure that lasts.
Precisely.
So when Venus, our money and love, hits that Saturn dam at a hard 90-degree angle, what happens to Pisces?
Let's start with the money. Around May 29, the flow of money hits the dam. Pisces will feel a sudden financial pinch. You might look at your bank account and feel a cold wave of panic.
That's the worst feeling.
You might suddenly doubt your own value, wondering if you have the talent to actually succeed in your career.
Oh, so self-doubt creeps in.
The illusion from Neptune is totally gone, leaving only harsh reality.
So what is the actionable advice? If they're feeling this cold panic, how do they get through it?
You get through it by respecting the dam.
Okay.
You embrace Saturn's rules. This is the week to strictly limit your spending.
Hit the brakes on the credit card?
Do not buy the luxury item.
Yeah.
Do not go out to the expensive dinner to make yourself feel better.
Right.
Buy only what is necessary for your survival. Groceries, rent, basic bills.
Keep it simple.
Saturn rewards discipline above all else. If you show the universe that you can be disciplined and respect the boundaries, that feeling of financial panic will evaporate.
Really?
Yes, and you will actually feel more secure than before.
Just buy the basics. Do the hard work.
That's the secret.
But Venus also rules love. If the dam is restricting love, that sounds incredibly painful for a romantic sign like Pisces.
It can be. The romantic impact of Venus square Saturn is like a sudden winter freeze.
Ouch.
Coming off the dreamy high of the Sun and Neptune, this is jarring.
I bet.
You might look at your long-term partner and suddenly wonder, is this actually working? Are we secure? Do they even love me?
Oh, wow, the doubts just fled in.
You will see every flaw in the relationship structure.
And for a water sign that just wants to merge completely with their partner, seeing those cold structural flaws brings up a terrible wave of loneliness.
It really does. Pisces might feel totally isolated even if they are sitting on the couch right next to the person they love.
Yeah, it is so sad.
They might feel like there is an invisible glass wall between them.
I really want to pause and talk directly to our listeners right now.
Yes, please do.
Pisces, if you wake up on May 29 and you feel this heavy, cold glass wall dropping between you and your partner, please hear me. This is just astrological weather. It is a transit moving through the sky. It does not mean your relationship is broken.
Exactly.
The worst possible thing you can do when Saturn tests you is to run away and hide under the covers. The purpose of the dam is to show you where the cracks are so you can patch them.
Perfectly said.
So how do they patch the cracks, practically speaking?
You patch them with radical, uncomfortable honesty.
Uncomfortable honesty. Okay.
Saturn demands reality. You have to look at your partner and say, I am feeling incredibly insecure today. I feel disconnected, and I need reassurance.
So no passive-aggressive hinting.
Do not expect them to read your mind. You have to build the bridge with solid communication.
Just say it out loud.
If you face the cold reality together, you reinforce the foundation of the relationship. It will become unshakable.
Face the cold, build the foundation.
Yeah.
Because we really need that solid foundation for what happens next.
I really do.
Once we survive the strict lessons of the Saturn dam, the energy shifts dramatically. We are moving toward the massive, liberating climax of the week.
It's a big payoff.
But before we get to the weekend, there's one more detail on May 29 that blew my mind.
Oh, yes.
It happens right in the middle of the workplace.
Yes, the charts show a highly unusual and very protective piece of astro data on May 29 called a benefic enclosure.
Okay, I have to admit, benefic enclosure sounds like you are casting a protection spell.
It kind of acts like one.
Let's analyze exactly how this functions mechanically.
This raises an important question about how planetary energy actually travels.
Okay.
In astrology, planets are divided into different categories. Benefic planets are the ones that naturally bring luck, expansion, and ease, primarily Venus and Jupiter.
So they were the good guys.
Exactly. An enclosure happens when a specific planet, in this case, the one representing your daily work and routines, is physically sandwiched between two of these incredibly positive planets in the sky.
Wait, so it is literally trapped between two giant forces of good luck.
Yes, right in the middle.
How does that translate to a person sitting at a desk in an office?
It acts as an energy shield. Think about the heavy Saturn energy we just talked about.
Right, the panic and coldness.
Usually, when Saturn is causing financial stress and relationship coldness, the office becomes a nightmare.
Oh yeah, everybody is on edge.
People are snapping at each other, the boss is demanding, and the stress is super high.
Right.
But because you are inside this benefic enclosure, none of that negativity can reach you.
Wow.
The positive gravity of Venus and Jupiter catches the stress and neutralizes it before it hits your desk.
That is amazing. It is exactly like putting on high-end noise-canceling headphones in the middle of a chaotic construction site.
That is a great comparison.
You can see people's mouths moving, you can see the dust flying, but all you hear is the peaceful music you chose to play. You are completely insulated.
Just in your own peaceful bubble.
And that insulation is vital because it gives Pisces the quiet focus they need to prepare for the massive turning point at the end of the week.
The buildup over those final days is spectacular.
I can't wait.
On May 30th, the moon moves out of the quiet shadows and enters the sign of Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, a fire sign.
Yes, it is loud, bold, expansive, and highly visible.
And then, bam.
Mm-hmm.
The very next day, May 31st, the sun sits directly opposite the moon in the sky, creating a huge full moon in Sagittarius.
Let's talk about the mechanics of a full moon.
Please do.
A full moon happens when the sun and the moon are perfectly facing each other.
Right.
The sun casts its maximum amount of light onto the moon, illuminating it completely.
So it's super bright.
In astrology, this represents a moment of absolute clarity, completion, and harvest.
Yeah.
There are no shadows. Everything is brought into the light.
And for Pisces, this specific full moon in Sagittarius is happening in the sector of your chart that rules your career, your public image, and your highest achievements.
Yes.
This is the spotlight swinging directly onto you.
This is the climax of the week and really the climax of months of hard work.
Finally,
Think about what happens when you mix fire Sagittarius with water Pisces.
you get steam.
You get steam. You get immense driving power. This full moon takes all the quiet, behind-the-scenes work you have been doing and puts it on a giant billboard.
Let's analyze what this looks like in the real world.
Okay.
A full moon in the career sector means undeniable recognition. Your boss, your clients, or your industry peers finally see exactly what you are worth.
It is a massive public shift.
So cool.
This is not a quiet pat on the back in the hallway. This is a potential promotion.
Oh, wow.
It is the highly successful launch of a business. It is receiving an award or finishing a massive project that elevates your status.
It changes everything.
The world sees you differently after May 31. You might literally change your job title.
And it connects perfectly back to the lessons of the Saturn dam.
It really does.
The charts show that this full moon brings sudden clarity on how to grow your long-term wealth. You had to feel the panic on May 29 to learn how to manage your resources.
Exactly.
Now that you know how to build a strong foundation, the universe is giving you the recognition and the resources to build a massive tower on top of it.
The restriction was just preparation for the expansion.
Oh.
But there is one more vital element to this Sagittarius full moon.
What is it?
Sagittarius is an incredibly physical, active sign. When this full moon lights up your chart, it is demanding that you celebrate this victory with your physical body.
So this isn't a victory where you just sit on the couch and feel proud.
You have to move the energy.
Get off the couch.
Exactly. This is the perfect time for Pisces to adopt a more active, optimistic daily routine.
Like working out?
Yes. The fire sign energy wants to burn. Go for a long walk in the morning sun. Start a new workout routine. Stretch your muscles.
Do the physical body.
By moving your physical body, you are grounding that massive career success into your physical reality. You are cementing the victory.
Move the body to anchor the success. I absolutely love that.
It feels great, too.
So we have mapped out this incredible, intense journey. We started with the dreamy, nostalgic connection between the sun and Neptune.
The warm bath.
Right? We navigated the violent, grinding earthquake of Mars and Pluto. We learned to walk away from the chaotic Gemini radio and hide behind the sturdy Taurus brick wall.
Essential survival skills.
We survived the cold, restrictive Saturn dam, patched the cracks in our relationships, enjoyed the peace of the office shield, and finally stepped into the massive, fiery spotlight of the Sagittarius full moon.
It's a huge week.
It really is. Now that you know the path, Pisces, I want to hand you the toolkit. The quick, lucky cheat codes to keep in your back pocket as you walk through this week.
The toolkit is very specific this week, and it will help you tune your frequency.
Let's hear it.
Let's start with your absolute best dates. The charts clearly highlight May 28 and May 29 as your power days.
Wait, May 29? That is the day of the Saturn reality check. How can the day of the cold panic also be a power day?
Because of the benefic enclosure we talked about.
Oh, right, the office shield.
Yes, Saturn is testing your foundation, but you have a shield of luck protecting your daily work. If you lean into discipline on May 29, the reward is massive.
So if you do the work, you win.
It is a power day because it is a day of mastering reality. And on May 28, the moon enters Scorpio. Scorpio is a fellow water sign.
So the emotional waters get deep and comfortable.
Precisely. When the moon is in Scorpio, your intuition is incredibly sharp.
Okay.
It is the perfect day to have those deep, healing conversations or to look inward and trust your gut.
Excellent. So May 28 and 29 are the days to take action. What about the color of the week? How could they use color to shift their energy?
The color of the week is sea green.
Sea green. The color of the safe, deep ocean.
Yes, very calming.
I look at color therapy as a visual anchor. Pisces, there's so many practical ways to use this. You can wear a sea green sweater on May 26 when the world is angry, acting as a visual shield.
That is a great idea.
Or you can change your phone lock screen to a picture of sea green water.
Oh, I love that.
Every single time you pick up your phone to check a stressful email, that color will hit your eyes, slow your heart rate, and remind your brain of your true calm nature. It pulls you right back to your center.
It is a brilliant way to trick your nervous system into relaxing.
Exactly.
Finally, we have the lucky numbers for the week. Look closely at these 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, and 42.
Okay, let me look at this pattern. Right, 7, 14, 21, 28. Look at the math here.
Do you see it?
These are exact multiples of 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. It is a perfect sequence.
It is a perfect mathematical pattern.
That is not a coincidence.
Correct.
In numerology and ancient traditions, the number 7 is known as the seeker's number.
Yes, it is very powerful.
It is highly spiritual, deeply intuitive, and constantly searching for the hidden truth. It is the number of the mystic.
Exactly.
This perfectly matches the energy of the true node, pulling Pisces toward their ultimate life purpose. The whole week is literally built on a mathematical foundation of spiritual truth.
It is a beautiful confirmation from the charts. The universe uses patterns to communicate.
Right.
When you see a 7 this week, or a 14, or a 21, recognize it as a signpost telling you that you are walking in the right direction. Your intuition is multiplying.
So what does this all mean?
Whoa.
We have explored the mechanics of the sky. We have seen the incredible highs and the challenging lows. How do we wrap this entire complex week into one final guiding thought for our Pisces listeners?
I want to leave you with a final provocative idea to chew on as you navigate this week.
Okay.
We talked extensively about the true node guiding you to your ultimate life purpose.
Yes, the deep pull.
We analyzed the massive Sagittarius full moon that is going to bring you a public peak, a career triumph, and real tangible recognition.
The big spotlight.
You are going to get the spotlight. But I want you to ask yourself this: when you finally get the recognition you deserve this week, when you finally hold that power, how will you use that spotlight to help others?
Oh, wow. That is a profound question.
Because true success for a Pisces is never just about wearing the crown.
Right.
A crown is just metal and stone. It is cold and heavy. For a deep, compassionate water sign like you, true success is measured by how you share the shine of that crown.
That's beautiful.
When you reach the top of the mountain this week, look around. Who are you going to reach your hand down to pull up beside you?
What an absolutely beautiful way to frame the week. You do the hard work, you survive the storm, you get the crown, but your real purpose is to share the light.
Exactly. Share the light.
I want to sincerely thank you, our wonderful listener, for tuning in to this forecast on Horoscope TV.
Yes, thank you so much.
We love digging into these charts and taking this journey with you every single week. Please remember to subscribe right now on whatever app you are using so you get a notification the very second the next forecast drops.
We have so much more to talk about next time.
We really do. We want to make sure you are always prepared for the energetic weather ahead. Until next time, stay safe, protect your sensitive peace, and keep swimming towards your beautiful purpose. Goodbye.